Welcome to First Issues. Most people can agree that job seeking is one of the most stressful, most draining experiences one could ever have. It does not matter if you are a fresh graduate looking to land that first job or just looking to switch gears in your current career path. It is all laborious. The added pressure from keeping up with the demands of a fast evolving labor market can also be discouraging. One could contend that, however, all this stems from having the experience and qualifications required, but not knowing how to clearly articulate certain skills that recruiters often scan for on a CV to determine whether or not candidates are a right fit for a vacancy. What does this mean? Well, with the aforementioned evolving labor market landscape, it is not enough to have just the right qualifications and experience on your CV. It also matters that you have what is referred to as soft skills. What are soft skills? And are they something you can train for and be exceptional at? Our discussion this evening is with independent management consultant Tumelo Mokowe.
Tumelo, thank you so much for coming on First Issues and affording us your time. We're here today to talk about skills that HR hopes to see on a CV or a resume, right? I mean, CVs or resumes have been around for quite a while, for as long as I've been a working professional, even before that. But now we're forced to look at CVs and resumes differently. What is it that prompted for that to happen?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think, we need to be alive to the fact that there's two sides of an employee. So there's the technical side and there's the soft side. And what we're really hoping to see is that this person, while they could be trained through formal education or through formal structures to actually acquire certain qualifications, we often need them to develop the soft skills as well to be able to be now a full employee, if I may. So what forces us to do that is the fact that we don't just want to see that this person has this particular qualification, but we also want to see how they can apply themselves in different situations. I think we've moved from the production lines where previously we knew that if you're a packager, all you had to do is just make sure that you put whatever it is in a package, you seal it and then you put it away. There's now a demand for even more diverse and perhaps complex skills that want you to apply yourself as an individual, that want you to deal with certain situations and challenges in a very different manner. And that is where now the soft skills come in. And those are some of the things that we actually look for in your CV. But we also test that through other methods of recruitment that include psychometrics. And this is where we're testing things like your communication skills, numerical skills, problem solving. Those are just some of the new skills that we expect to see in people's CVs. I'm sure you will know that of late we talk a lot more about things like emotional intelligence. You talk about interpersonal skills. We talk about self-awareness. As you engage with people, as you talk with people for decision making, how do you play yourself? Are you a good fit for the organization? Will you drive strategy? Will you drive culture within the organization?
Let us talk about that, right? You just spoke about emotional intelligence, you spoke about self-awareness. What do those look like? What are they? So you may say somebody's emotionally intelligent, but what does that mean? You may say that they're self-aware. What does that mean? You may say that they have great interpersonal skills. And for the layman, that is just jargon.
I think it's important to understand that within the context of the work environment, we have different people performing different roles. And what is key there is that there is collaboration between different individuals, different offices, different departments within the office. As an individual, how you come across basically matters. What am I saying here? Are you aware of how your behavior impacts the other person? Are you aware of the decisions that you make and how they impact the strategy? Are you aware of all of those things? In a stressful situation, how do you deal with stress? Because we understand that there is a lot of stress that is happening within the organization. We can talk about change, for example. We hear of layoffs within the context of the employment world. How do we deal with that? How are you able to ensure that you take that hard messaging and then you bring it down to the lowest levels of the organization such that it is understood and you perhaps mitigate the risk of conflict that arises out of the decisions that you have to make as a leader. So it is all of that and how you help the decision to move forward towards growth, collaboratively with other people within the organization, such that you are able to achieve results.
So then, in the end, how does one develop, you said soft skills, your emotional intelligence, your interpersonal skills, and your self-awareness? Are those things that can be trained for? Can I train to be an emotionally intelligent person?
Yes, I think in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of content, particularly in the digital space, where there's training programs that can help people to undergo trainings like emotional intelligence. Even locally, we do have, practitioners who have been trained and accredited in those areas. But for the most part, I think the key thing is to be self-aware. I think for me, if anybody else has self-awareness before everything else, I am happy to work with those people. And being self-aware means that I am aware of my limitations, I am aware of my strengths, and then I'm willing to work towards actually correcting or developing my weaknesses. And therefore, I think that for me is key. So if one then intentionally becomes self-aware, then they are able to, kind of wake up to the reality that they need to do other things like time management training, like communication skills, all of those things that are available now from a teaching perspective.